So take 9,7,876. Hi, and I finally decided to record the audio for this. Yeah, so Borderlands is great. I really enjoy it. There are some issues with it. Most notably the story. But if you bought Borderlands for the story, you're fucking doing it wrong. There's a whole ton of cutscenes, or mandatory coffee breaks as I call them, and there's so many of them that I've drank so much coffee I can now see through time and walls, and I think I can see the inside of the back of my head. Yeah, most of the characters are really quite fun. Some are much more viable than others. The two most notable would be Moze and Flak. Moze is fantastic for just exploding everything within a 3-mile radius, and Flak is fantastic for just melting bosses. The other characters are, well, Amara's cool, but like, Zane is a huge pile of shit, and like, don't play him unless you hate yourself, and if you're playing with people, them too. Also, the rocket launcher as you see there is the nuclear Jericho. You can actually kill other players with that without initiating a duel, which is lots of fun, I assure you. You should totally try that out. That gun I'm using there is the Flacker, and the grenades I'm using is the Surge, and I believe I crapped myself at that point and had to pause it because I panicked. Saw something like my hand and freaked out, because you know I do that. But yeah, another one of the issues is Lilith, that glory whore and bitch. I hate her. And there's some dubious choices that have been made with regard to Lilith. Is in the previous game she can speak to you telepathically, and when she does this, actual actress shows up and her eyes are really fucking scary. I don't know what the hell's going on there, and it looks like she's been just like coated in glue and then shoved head first into some sand, because she is literally wearing that much foundation. Yeah, bitchy comment, but hey ho. Yeah, and I don't even know what's going on with her eyes. Her eyes are scary as fuck. It's just weird. But in general, the game has received some huge upgrade, like fairly big upgrades. It's clearly still Borderlands. It has some of the same issues from the previous Borderlands, where scripted events like quests, you kind of have to stand around a fair bit and wait for wankers to get the arses moved so you can progress to the next area. And if you're super impatient like I am, you tend to find that you end up running off in the direction you're supposed to go, but they have to then run back just to speak to some goddamn idiot. And that's kind of frustrating. It's like, come on, can you like learn to like program quests properly? I mean, like, you make enough money, god damn it. Some of the fantastic things about Borderlands is damn near everybody is queer. Everybody has some kind of mental health issue. Yeah, there's a few wacky characters who may seem that they are full on and over the top, but are actually a little bit more accurate than you know, people with some mental health issues would like you to believe. You know, driving segments are back. You can steal somebody's car, take it to a catch-a-ride, and then just duplicate their car. I tend to stick to the Outrider. It's, you know, actually got some firepower and is quite quick and maneuverable. The bandit thing is just a huge crate and a piece of shit. The cyclone, while quick and stuff, is somewhat lacking in firepower, and well, yeah, I like to make things go boom, so yeah, fuck that piece of shit. Gunplay is much better. If you're aiming at something, you're actually probably going to hit it, whereas in Borderlands 2, you had all sorts of weird shit fucking with your aim. Guns are interesting. There is, again, a lot of guns that are a massive pile of fucking wank and you don't really want to play with them. But a lot more guns are actually usable this time round, and they really seem to have increased the pool of legendaries, which I'm not entirely sure is actually a good thing, because, you know, legendaries should be somewhat unique, and it seems like there's an awful lot of legendaries that actually don't do anything really different, and it's kind of fucking annoying. You do quite often feel hemmed into certain gun types. Like with Moe's, I will basically only ever use explosive guns because that's what her skills are based around. With Amara, you really want to go big on with elemental damage. With Flak, just anything that hits really fucking hard is just great. And well, Zane can go fuck himself. He doesn't exist. I'm not sure if I mentioned action skills. Did I mention them? Yeah, anyway, Moses' action skill is wank. I just don't even bother with it. I'm gonna do some testing with it, just because it could be funny. Flak's action skill, at least the only one I've bothered to try, because, you know, like, it lets you land criticals with every shot. Why would you bother with any other skill? And it turns you invisible, and you can use it, like, turns you invisible! It regenerates health and shield as well. Amara has your typical Siren Phase Grasp, and also some melee brawler things, which doesn't... I'm not even sure if they synergize well, like the melee skills with the other skill trees, but yeah, at least on most, the green skill tree just does not synergize well with the other two skill trees, so I find myself kind of boxed into the red and the blue trees. I should really give Amara's melee build an honourable mention for the fact that you can use the face punch, a shotgun, which basically turns all your melee damage into bullet damage, so it gets stacked on top, and yeah, that could be like really quite crazy, because there are some mods or artifacts, or maybe it's a shield that adds something like 400% melee damage, which could be hilarious for mobbing. Yeah, the Siren abilities are fantastic for crowd control. I run her with the Nimbus Cloud mod, which leaves an elemental cloud behind with the same amount of elemental damage that is on your gun, which can be broken as fuck, because there are some guns that do 9,000 elemental damage per second, but they're really wank guns, so you can't really use them to shoot people. But the cooldown rate on her action skill is so quick that you can just action skill everybody to death. It kind of doesn't really work so well on bosses. It did work on Trond, but on Gravewood it just did not work. Oh dear, here's me chuntering on about action skills, and I'm supposed to be doing a review. Yeah, when you like killing mobs and stuff, some of them say some pretty goddamn funny things. I've been called a syphilitic troglodyte, which, like, I just cracked up, and yeah, I got killed because I just couldn't stop laughing the first time I heard it. The few characters have returned, which is fantastic. Yay, Tina! But yeah, there's a whole bunch of them which are completely missing, for for no apparent reason, really. It's a shame, because like I did spend a hell of a lot of time playing as Salvador and also Gage, and the pair of them are basically missing from the game. Gage, I believe, only gets mentioned offhand in an echo log, and I haven't heard anything about Salvador. Krieg is mentioned in an echo log. I'm not sure about Axton, but nobody cares about him because he's shit anyway. Zero is in the game as well as Maya. It was definitely good to see both of them. I mean, I was never really a fan of Zero. He was cool in concept, but yeah, unless you went with a melee build with him, he was a bit on the fucking lame side. I really did enjoy playing with Maya, but I was a Gage main, so I wish Gage was in. Yeah, the B team are back, so there's Brick and Mordecai. I can't even remember which character I used to play on the original Borderlands, which funnily enough was more space western than anything, and yeah, they kind of went a comedy turn with 2, and yeah, they've really neglected the writing in this game, and it's a shame because 2's writing, well, was a bit weird in some places. The overall story like made coherent sense, and you know, when you went back over it, you didn't start seeing huge plot holes and like start noticing that Lilith is a dirty fucking traitor, because she is. But we won't get into that, the dirty fucking bitch. I hate her. Did I mention that? And her weird face and her scary eyes? What the fuck is even going on there? Yeah, we'll stop that. Yeah, so in general this game is a step up to Borderlands 2. But it is totally Borderlands. But that's no bad thing. You can expect fairly large DLC. They are doing free DLC. The first real DLC, which is going to be the Malawan Takedown, they have been running events. The one at the moment is a Halloween event, which is where all those floaty skulls are coming from. There's some nice gear that's come out of that. I've replaced my main grenade with Ghost Call from there. The shotgun, yeah, I don't even know what's it's just wrong. There are a lot of guns that have particular weird fire patterns. The Devil's Foursome, which is the pistol that I'm using, which shoots forward, like 3 projectiles forward, 1 goes up and then curves around, and then 2 go around to the sides. It's a little weird, but once you get used to it, it's fantastic. It's great for murder and rack, but the new shotgun is just fucking bizarre, and I don't fucking like it. So yeah, fuck that thing. And the new shield, I'm gonna have to try it with Amara, because it's a shield break effect, so it's gonna be horrible with Moors. You don't really want your shield breaking with Moors. I mean, on this video you can see a shield breaking a lot because, well, it's Mayhem 3 and, you know. But yeah, it's a great game. It's a lot of fun, and overall, I guess I would rate this game, you know, it's got sprinkling of shit on the top of it. You know, it is a fucking AAA game. God damn it. But it's mostly not a turd. I'm out of time. Bye.